This is my son Amior, and he was planting strawberries today, weren't you? You were checking out your strawberries. You were watering the strawberries, weren't you? And a minute later, we got a knock on the door from Lewisham Council demanding for us to take everything down out on, which is on the balcony. That could be chairs, it could be a small pitcher, a hanging basket, a washing line. Everything has to come down in 24 hours. If you don't take it down in 24 hours, they're actually going to take it down themselves because of a new fire regulation. And basically, this is in Crossfields estate. I mean, Crossfields estate is a brown brick estate. I think they're not. It's a not bad estate. It's an attractive estate. It's trees and I feel like it gives a friendly air because people are able to express themselves through the hanging baskets and beautiful flowers that they want to exhibit, and that's all got to come down. Hanging baskets, fire hazard. I mean, people sit outside and they have their cup of tea and they look at the view. You know, it may be small, but it's their garden. And that's just like everyone just saying, okay, you've got to clear your garden, pull all your flowers out, and put your chairs away, and just use it as an entrance to your door. It's not on. Anyway, so all our plants are going to die. Your strawberries are going to die, unfortunately.
No.
No, they're not. That's right. Because we're not. They would only die if we put them indoors, and that'd be silly, wouldn't it? Try and put these on.
No.
You don't? I find it upsetting actually, just because it's more of a case of people are actually in offices doing some really seriously useless jobs, you know, that are just literally just inventing ways to keep their job going with the aid of, I don't know, sort of a fear of, or cashing in on potential death. My friend has kindly bought me 4 sessions of boxing, one-on-one sessions with a UK champion middleweight. Gary, his name is. An hour and a half. It was a killer, an absolute killer. Accidents happen, but you know, I mean, death's a part of life, and you shouldn't be cashing in on it. I'm not quite balanced with it. I don't feel balanced with it because it's just happened today. I'm writing to the Daily Mail. People are going to kick up a fuss in Deptford because there's some really beautiful, you know, there's like, you know, nice big plants and yucca plants and things like that, and you can get past. They're not going to burn. They're trees. But they said because they're made of wood, it has to come down. I mean, but the hanging lines aren't. But maybe the clothes are potential flammable, or but the trees are made of wood, but they are also made of water. But these people don't know that, because I'm not sure whether they've probably seen a tree, and that, but they don't know how it works. They just think it's that. Well, look at that big flammable sculpture or something. Don't realise it's got water in it, and you'd have to chuck it on a very hot fire for a plant or a tree to burn. Otherwise it would just smoke and smoulder. It couldn't catch fire. But then maybe it's blocking an entrance, but they managed to sort of put the key in the door and get through, you know. I mean, he manages to go on his scooter up and down. I ache all over. I'm just completely. I love it. I'm not going to do any sparring or any I'm not taking anything to the head, even though he does whenever you're sort of, your guard's down, you're like, you're like, oh, okay. I find it upsetting that people that are becoming really disattached with actually just real things and just stopping tangible things just through words. I find that all that bureaucracy, I find that really just sort of just upsetting, because it's just because what happens is bureaucracy, you know, they'll say, oh, you can't do this, and then people complain, and then they'll sort of go, oh, okay, but you're at that level, you wouldn't be able to push it any further, you wouldn't be able to introduce new concepts of extending or rooftop gardens, or you know, you wouldn't be able to, that's just completely out of the question. It's just the threshold has been hit, you know, and that's the thing that's, yeah. So yeah, we're going to kick up a fuss. The hanging baskets from Crossfields, that's what the title's going to be.
It'll be a watershed moment.
That's what the title's going to be.
What do you think of boxing?
Do you like boxing, Bally? I don't want to be one of those people that sort of have to moan about council and all this kind of thing. It's not what I like. I don't like to moan about stuff. We literally just watered these strawberries, and then two guys come over and say, you've got to put them indoors. Yeah, it was a bit like bailiffs. Just that action, just human beings just doing this worthless thing, and is a big percentage of why I get upset. Just too many jobs out there that just, not that they don't do anything, they actually just stop things from happening as well, and it is just because of insurance companies and people getting afraid of getting sued, or because of that area of bureaucracy, it doesn't enable us to have a different attitude towards life and what we can do within it and create. We don't put on these minds of going, wow, you could build this in between these two houses, or we should be having we should just be having builds that are just amazing builds that are just fueled with imagination and new ways of living. You have these parks that are put up, playgrounds and stuff, and they're all new, and they're great for the kids and stuff like that. They're only great for a certain age, and when it boils down to it, then the rest of the kids just hang around and learn to smoke in them, and just because when it boils down to it, a kid doesn't want to play, a kid wants to build, a kid wants to actually have a space that they can call their own. They don't need to be working on all this fancy sort of playgrounds going, there you go, that's what do what you do, well, not do what you do in it, that's what you do in it, it's one function. It's not adaptable, and they don't. I've come from sort of semi-country, and I used to go into the woods and build camps, and it was mine, it was my camp.
Yeah.
What are you like?
Got it. Oh!
You just need a bit of wasteland that's clean. It's maintained, it's cleaned, and no needles or whatever, and then just put some sort of wood in there, and blocks and sheets and just different materials that you can just mess around with. Playgrounds. So there should be grounds of invention instead of just play.
Oh.
People are afraid of just accidents happening, and I think just accidents are just a part of life, and it can't be ignored. And and then they say, oh well, it was this company that contracted got the contract for this playground or whatever, and they've got to make everything foolproof, or I don't know, everything just sets there and no room for, you know, imagination. You should just have like big blocks or something that you can move around on wheels or something, you know, and just like big cubes or something on wheels that you could just fit together and create a little, you know, your den or something, or, you know, something modular at least.
Oh!